Welcome to the Fallout Vapor Studios, to the members of Flaw.
Hey.
So glad to have you guys here. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
It's been a while. We're very glad to be back.
So you guys got a show tonight at O'Connor's Irish Pub, doing a 21 and over, so I'm hoping that means that it's an indoor deal and we're not going to have like the elements of God strike you down tonight.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But a little rain wouldn't stop you anyway, though, right?
No, it never has and never will.
So we got Chris Voles, of course, Tommy Gibbons, and then we've got a couple of new members. Rob Burdorf, did I say that right? Okay, I was close. Tomato. And Dan, I'm not even going to guess your last name because that's just too many syllables for me. But either way, some new faces since you've been here last. So let's start with that, Chris, and kind of catch me up because we were just discussing, you and I have known each other for probably like 20 some odd years now.
Yep.
It feels like yesterday still on some hands, but over the years, you have come and gone and done and been knocked down and gotten back up, and you've had some new faces with a little bit of a revolving door. So you're really the only original Flaw member left. So talk a little bit. Tommy's returning now from the last tour and album and everything, but you got these two new guys here. So talk a little bit about how everybody came together in this time.
Basically, this industry is not easy to keep people around for a long period of time. It's really hard to tour. We're on the road basically 275 days a year. And after many years of doing that, it takes its toll. So there's a lot of reasons. No hard feelings towards anybody that has come and left. But, I personally feel like this is the strongest, most talented lineup that we've had yet. All these guys have played with other, bands in the past. They're all seasoned musicians, and we actually just finished a brand new record that is amazing, and I can't wait for it to come out. I was hoping to bring you a single today.
I was hoping you would too, but I know we got the kibosh put on that immediately, didn't we?
Yeah, the label wants 3 months of advertising, before they do anything special. So,
which for you guys, considering all the ups and downs that you've been through, and of course, as you know, you guys did like 3 albums before everything really broke big back in 2000, 2001.
Yep.
With Through the Eyes, and of course, you had lots of love on MTV and Headbangers Ball and all of that back when MTV still gave a damn.
Yep.
And then the industry got absolutely turned upside down, and you guys kind of became collateral damage.
Yeah, we did actually. It all happened around the big internet explosion. Record labels didn't know what to do because people were basically downloading music and pirating music instead of buying it. So a lot of the CFOs of a lot of the large labels, we were on Universal at the time, they basically just froze everything. And if you weren't selling millions of records every year, you just became, like you said, collateral damage. So we got dropped. The second record sold somewhere around 200,000 copies, and that still wasn't good enough.
which is amazing because it's like, how do they expect you to sell 1 million records when they just give up on you?
Right, exactly.
They put you in a really tough spot. So then there was a big gap, and of course you've been back a couple of times since you decided to, come out of the ashes like a phoenix with this. Had some good success with the last record, had a little bit different lineup going on again. Tammy, you're the only one that's returning from all of this. What is the direction now that we're going with this new album? Tell me a little bit about what's going on, because I know you are a big supporter of all of our military,
always,
our veterans in particular. We were just talking off air about the tragedy that happened at the Georgia State Capitol today, which is just like, wow, that's not a way to come on air like all bummed out all of a sudden.
Yeah,
but you have found a way to kind of dig deep. Do you have military background that makes this such a close thing for you?
Not active duty. I spent 4 years in Army ROTC.
Okay.
And my father was military. My grandfather was public service. He was a parole officer his whole career. So I was raised around public service and around people who are basically giving themselves to something greater than themselves.
Right.
And I also realize how important it is, for the structure of this country and for, the safety and future and security of this country for us to support our military, because without their protection, this country goes away.
Right.
So, I wish more people would feel that way, especially with the younger generation coming up these days. I feel like the respect level is kind of going out the window. Yeah. So I feel like anything I can do to bring light to that and bring attention to that, I have a platform and I want to use it, for that sense.
I think that's a really good way to look at it too, because I was just in a discussion earlier today too about why kids feel depressed and they need to be medicated and they think life is so freaking horrible. And the only thing I could think of is like, man, back in our day with the way our parents raised us, we were disciplined. We were not just plopped down in front of the television as a babysitter. We didn't have the phones. We didn't have the iPads. We got grounded. We were not given participation trophies.
Exactly.
We learned the meaning of the word no.
Yep.
And we were taught respect. And I don't think the generation now has that. They just want everything handed to them. So they have no idea how to respect and no idea how to react.
Yeah, I think there's obviously, many catalysts to this whole problem, and it's happened over a long period of time. But I think parents, especially, younger parents these days, they're more concerned with being their kid's friend than being their mentor or being their, disciplinarian. And that's very dangerous because, if you have a whole generation of children that don't respect their country and, they're soldiers and they're public
Where's
servants.
the next generation to step up?
Yeah, then they're not going to defend the country.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely, it's a scary thought, but I think, the people like us that are aware of this and are, woken up to this fact, it's our job to do everything we can to, change that.
Yeah, because like you said, you do have a good platform, and music is one of those things. As cliche as it is, music is a universal thing. It works for everybody in one way or the other, whether it's helping them, deal with personal tragedy or anger or love or whatever.
Absolutely.
And you coming from a background where you have a long history of family service, it gets kind of scary to think that we're dealing with a bunch of kids right now that wouldn't know the first thing. And know what to do. They wouldn't voluntarily sign up for anything to help anybody.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a scary thought. I'm an optimist, so I feel like our generation. I was born in '73. I feel like our generation. I guess what we're called Generation X.
We're Gen Xers.
Yeah, Gen X. We're poised to basically start becoming the senators and the congressmen. And so I think that now's the time for, people of our generation to stand up and try to put things back in order.
So what is the theme then with this new record? Because I know on the last one you had several songs that were geared toward this. Are you staying along the same lines as far as like the message that you're putting out there, or have you gone a completely different direction?
No, I'm definitely staying along the same lines. All the lyrics are about, self-discovery, overcoming, adversity, but also, trying to put in some current events. I don't want to ruin any of the lyrics.
Don't want to give away too much.
Yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but I'm definitely sticking along the same path that I've been going. Yes, absolutely.
And the name of the new album?
It's called Volume 4.
Okay. And we got mid-July, right? So we've really got just like a handful of weeks before.
Well, actually, the single is going to drop in mid-July.
Okay.
The record will not be coming out until the end of the summer, probably beginning of the fall. So we're looking at like
You're testing my patience, boy.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, I've been very excited because, again, we've been friends a long time. I've been a fan of this band for a long time. And with the resurrection of everything, I've been very, very excited. So obviously I'm kind of chomping at the bit to see, what's next, especially with some new faces, new backgrounds, new influences and all that, to see what becomes of everything. So you've had a lot go on too personally. New baby on the way.
Yes, I do.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
How long before that happens?
Right around the first week of August.
Okay. And this isn't your first rodeo. You've got other kids and everything. So we got a new baby on the way.
Yep.
Have you found it to be easier or harder to try and continue doing what you're doing now that you have, because your other child is old enough to understand what you do and being gone all the time. Yes. And now you've got a brand new baby coming into the world. So, and you guys have got families. So how hard is it for you to go, you know what, we still have this fire burning. We still have something to say. And as you said, 200 plus shows a year.
Well, it's definitely, if there's a downside, to doing this job, it's being away from family all the time. But there's other jobs like that. So, I don't really look at it, I consider our job and, what we stand for and what we're trying to represent, I consider that more important than my own feelings.
Right.
It does get, as you get older, it does get, a little more difficult, to leave. But I feel like this is what I'm here to do. And I feel like, it's a worthwhile sacrifice, even though it hurts. And I'm going to keep going as long as this industry will have me. And
it's fantastic that you guys all have family members that, understand what you do and support what you do, instead of being, no, you're going to stay home. I don't care if you want to go tour again.
Oh,
because I've seen that happen, and it
I've
sucks.
Seen that before. Yeah.
One Yoko Ono in the world was enough.
Yep.
We don't need more of them. We don't need more of them. So I'm very excited then. We got a new album. Of course, the show tonight happening at O'Connor's. That is going to be a great time. You guys, Kaleido, and then The Darkest Hearts, which is coming out of Nashville. If you don't have tickets yet, they are available. You can do them ahead of time on eventbrite.com, or you can buy them at the door today for $20, which is not bad. It's a Tuesday night. You survived Monday.
Exactly.
And you got a great rock show ahead of you tonight, so why not? Go get some cold beers and check out the show tonight. And then, so you'll come back and see me when the record's out?
Absolutely. You'll be one of the first to
And
get the
we'll wake
single.
George up off the bus next time.
Absolutely.
Because, he doesn't get to sleep through interviews.
No, he's not supposed to do that. So we'll go in there and we'll give him a little blanket party when we get to the
Sweet.
bus.
We'll find out. I'll borrow my belt.
Yes,
Snap at him.
exactly.
Then the next time you guys have actually got to talk. You just sat here and looked pretty the whole time. But that's okay. So we look forward to the new single. Do you know what the single is going to be? Can you tell me that much?
Yeah, it's called Conquer
I keep
This
pushing
Climb.
for information to it. Conquer what?
It's called Conquer This